Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Nourished with Natalia podcast. I hope you're doing well and you're having a fabulous day in your fabulous life. I am basically responding to all the requests I got on Instagram saying that I should put video episodes out on Spotify, regardless of anything. So, this is me doing that. You're seeing my cute little face and all my facial expressions today. So, I hope you enjoy and that you continue to enjoy having this as an option to, watch the video instead of just listening. Today's going to be a bonus episode. I felt like this was something I really wanted to share because it's super true to me, super true to my evolution as a person, and I feel like there's not enough people out there saying this. And I think it's really important for women especially and young women especially to understand this. Those who are on the dating apps, out there trying to find their person, because until I understood this, I feel like I wasn't ready and I wasn't available for a relationship. I wasn't truly embodying this understanding that I now have. So let's just get right into it. Um, as you know, this is a bonus episode and it's going to be called The Lesson I Needed to Learn Before Getting into Relationships or into a Relationship. So, just to preface this, I feel like a lot of people out there, you included, those listening and watching this podcast, you may be familiar with the whole era of, self confidence, self, love, and really leveling up and understanding your quote unquote value. And this is super important. I think as a woman, you need to one, be confident in yourself, two, truly love yourself, and also understand your quote unquote value, right? With like TikTok and just influencers in general that really do kind of push the know your value, understand your value thing to an extent to where it's like, okay, you're understanding your value, but you're not really providing value in a relationship context. And I'm going to get into that. Let me just check my phone because I made some notes and I feel like I'm going on a tangent and I'm not like explaining this properly as I wanted to. Um, but yeah, I did want to kind of share a story time situation. I have hinted at the fact that I am in a relationship in the previous episodes, and it's a very new relationship. So of course, take this with a grain of salt. I don't know if this person will be with me for my entire life, but this is the first relationship, the first serious relationship I've gotten myself into in 5 years. Seriously. So I feel like that does kind of warrant validity in what I'm sharing today with the understanding that I now have. So, little story time. My boyfriend was my now boyfriend. This was before we were truly boyfriend and girlfriend. We were exclusive. My now boyfriend had a migraine about a month ago, and we had gotten in the habit of me staying over at his place during the week just so that we could see each other more and kind of, you know, I guess feel connected with each other throughout the day to day and really see each other in our routines and in just like the regular mess of it all of our regular lives, right? And so it was this one day that I had already stayed over at his place the day prior, and I didn't sleep very well. Just that night, I think I was restless, and it was just many reasons. I did not sleep well that night before this story time occurred. So I went into this, day with that kind of reeling in the back of my mind. Oh, I'm tired. So he was having a migraine, and we had planned to, of course, have me spend the night and, of course, hang out and like talk and like eat dinner together and go to the gym together and things like that. But of course, he had the migraine and he was just not able to get out of bed. And I understood that. So I asked if he needed anything. And I also asked if he wanted me to go because I didn't understand exactly what he was going through, if it would be a burden to have me there. I don't know. Mind you, I wasn't his girlfriend, quote unquote, at this specific point in time. And he was like, no, I don't need anything. And I don't want you to go, but if you want to go, you can. And I was like, all right, I'm just going to do my thing here and we'll see what happens. So I used his gym. I made dinner. I ate the dinner. This was just all in his apartment complex while he was really sick in his room. And after cleaning the dishes, I asked him, or no, this was before I even made food. I asked him if he wanted food and he was like, I don't want food. And he didn't want anything. Mind you, he could like barely speak at this time because of the migraine and the pain from that. And after I cleaned dishes, I asked him again, like, do you need anything? Do you want me to go? Like, should I go? Because honestly, I don't think I was emotionally equipped to handle this situation, not with the understanding that I had at the time, which was understanding my worth, understanding my value, therefore approaching a potential relationship with the idea of what can they do for me? What can they provide for me, right? So I was going into this situation with that mindset and that paradigm. And I think that influenced me up until the point where I made a little turnaround. So I'm going to get to that. But he proceeded to say, like, I don't need anything. Like, don't go. And I was like, or he asked me why I wanted to go. And I was like, oh, well, I didn't sleep very well last night. And knowing that I had a photo shoot planned the day after, I really needed my sleep. And I was like, well, if he's going to be getting up and like throwing up and like, just not be feeling good and like just waking up throughout the night, that's going to affect my sleep, right? And so that was my mindset. And I was like, okay, well, if you don't need anything and honestly, I really want to sleep, well, then I'm just going to go. And then he was like, oh, all right. And then I hope I'm not going too quickly with this story. I hope I'm saying it in a way that you can follow. Sometimes I go really quick when I say story times and, divulge stories, but we're going to keep it rolling. Hopefully I'm going to slow down. I'm going to slow down. But anyways, it was in that moment when I truly saw him for what was going on and what he was going through. Of course, he could like barely speak and he was in pain. And I was, of course, interested in this man and I truly cared about this man. So, um, in that moment, I kind of had this, aha moment in my brain. And I was like, wait, why am I leaving? Why would I leave this person that I care about feeling like shit in their apartment with no one to like oversee what's going on and make sure that they're okay? And it was in that moment that I had the awareness that I was operating from um, really an independent minded, self centric, mindset paradigm of what can a man do for me? What can they provide for me? What are they going to do for me in a relationship? Instead of asking, well, what kind of value am I providing in this relationship besides being cute and quote unquote a high value woman, like subjectively, you know? Because that only takes you so far. And it was in that moment that I was like, wait, why would I leave? Why would I leave somebody that I, of course, care about feeling like shit, like not really able to, take care of themselves in the moment and really truly advocate for what they need because all they can think about is the pain of the migraine, right? And so in that moment, I was like, well, if somebody I was interested in wanted to leave when I was feeling shitty, that would be truly, that would truly change my view on them. And it would truly change whether I was interested in them and truly saw them as a serious prospect of a partner. And I was like, I can't leave in this moment. In my heart, I feel it's wrong. And also, I feel it's morally wrong if I'm truly interested in this person and really care about them. So in that moment, I was like, you know what? Fine. I'm going to stay the night and I'm actually going to go out and get you electrolytes, saltines, you know, saltine crackers, white rice, like all the things, and just stay put. I'm going to go and get that stuff. So I went to Publix on my own and let myself back in and put the stuff in the fridge and put the electrolytes water by where he was sleeping, or not really sleeping well at all because he was in pain and getting up to literally vomit every so often. And I'm gonna have to edit some of this out of this because I feel like my thoughts are everywhere. But let me just check my notes. Let's see. Am I on track? Am I doing this right? Because I did some very extensive notes on here. Very extensive. I had honestly not been available for a relationship in the years before because I didn't truly embody and understand this lesson of truly being able to provide value to another person's life within a relationship and not just expecting them to provide all the time and show you that they are worth your time all the time. um, I felt that was a very significant part of my mindset in dating in the past, and thus a major contribution to the reason as to why I was single for so long, because I honestly was not emotionally available and ready for a relationship in the truest sense. Truly, the whole know your worth idea for women and the way that it is kind of pushed to women and just society in general through social media and TikTok. It's truly an important message, but also it can be used to a woman's detriment, because the knowing of your worth will only take you so far with the right man and with a serious man who's wanting a serious relationship. The thing that I learned is that the serious men, the serious people who are wanting a relationship, they do want a partner, but not just someone to be a partner. They want a partner in every essence of the word. They're seeking reciprocity. Reciprocity? No. What is it? They're seeking reciprocity in the support that let me just say this again. They're seeking reciprocity with the support that they are providing to their woman, not just someone to provide for and not really receive anything from. So I think a really beneficial question that every woman out there, every young woman, every girl, every guy, really, every young man can ask themselves, because I feel like this conversation is one that can be beneficial to all sides of the dating game. That question that would be truly beneficial to ask yourself is, what value are you able and willing to bring to a relationship that you want and desire? Some examples that I could throw out there are you caring? Are you willing to be caring for another person? Are you willing to not just think about yourself, but also think about the other person and what they might want or need? Are you willing to potentially go out of your way in times of need to make the other person's life better and easier? Are you appreciative? Are you open and willing to express gratitude towards the other person when they do something for you or show that they care about you in any sort of way? Um, Another thing that can be slightly controversial because everybody has their own thoughts about this, and it can be a bit of a heated topic, is potentially contributing financially towards the relationship. I know everybody has their own views about this, but um, as a woman, as like a feminine woman, mostly with a masculine man, generally speaking, um, it's my understanding that masculine men do want to provide and do really find joy in their ability to provide for a woman. But truly, the gesture and the willingness and the openness from the woman's behalf to maybe support the relationship financially, maybe through maybe groceries every now and then, like getting lattes, like just paying your portion every now and then, just like whatever that might look like for your relationship. That gesture and that willingness is truly the most important thing, because it shows a man that you are not just trying to use their resources and take from them, but it also shows your genuine care, your genuine interest in the relationship, and your genuine willingness to grow the relationship. Because ideally, all of these explanation, no, ah, all of these examples that I'm putting out there, ideally, if you're with the right person and in a healthy union with another person, these things will come naturally and they won't feel like something that you are having to do or think about. Um, I know that maybe the story I just explained might s- suggest the contrary, because I did have a moment of thinking about it, but it was more of a change in heart. It was more of a listening to my intuition and putting my guard down. I also think that another layer to this conversation is maybe potential um, wounding in relationships and not feeling safe in relationships, and just potential trauma from not so healthy relationships in your past, that can influence one's ability to show up fully for another person. And I think that might have also been a contributing factor in this moment that I explained in the story I gave you about changing my mind and staying over and ensuring that this person, my boyfriend, my now boyfriend, was okay and continued to be okay throughout the night, despite um my desire for sound sleep, perfect sleep. This could also be a healthy gauge for you as to whether you're in the right relationship or with the right person. Um, of course, everything is subjective, and I don't even know if I'm going to be with this person for the rest of my life, although it feels great right now. um I feel like oh god, my thoughts are everywhere, everybody. Where was I? Man, should I leave this in as bloopers, everybody? Should I leave this in as bloopers? Hmm. Maybe I need to make a bloopers episode. That'll be really funny. Maybe I need to make a bloopers episode. But, anyways, yeah, what I was saying is that you should ideally feel an inclination towards doing these things if you're with the right person. Honestly, these things, um, these ways that you could take care of another person and really show up for them would feel natural with the right person and could be a gauge as to whether you're with the right person or not. Because if this stuff doesn't sound good to you, if you don't want to do this for your partner, if you don't want to show up for them and truly be reciprocal in their support for you, well, then that's truly maybe a deeper conversation that you need to have with yourself, because maybe you're not with the right person, honestly. Ah, ooty, ooty. But yeah, I think that's all I needed to say today. Yeah, just this whole lesson of not only understanding your own value as a woman, but also understanding how you can bring value as a woman to a relationship. I think that's so important, especially in these days. And also, if you're truly wanting success in finding a serious partner. Yeah, I feel like I can go on and on with tangents about this and different stories and different lessons I've had that prove or potentially support this idea, but I know everybody's relationships are different and everybody wants a different, give and take situation in their relationships. Like my relationship might not look the same as yours. And, someone else out there, many people out there might be having relationships where, the guy is fully supporting the girl and the girl's doing nothing. And they're probably super happy, maybe. I don't know. There are things probably out there like that. But for my situation and for um, the situation of my relationship and my overall evolution into a person available for a relationship, this is true for me. And I feel like this message is super important to share and could potentially change the trajectory of someone else's dating life towards a more positive trajectory and sooner finding their person and sooner being available for that person and not, effing it up when they truly find that person. Yeah, let me know if this was fun to watch, if this was fun to listen to, if you got something out of this. Um, as usual, follow the podcast, subscribe to the YouTube. I'm going to be putting these episodes out on YouTube as well. And yeah, I hope you liked this bonus episode. Let me know if you want more bonus episodes that kind of, go into like dating topics. I do feel like I do have some content to share. And I feel like dating and relationships are just so fascinating. I love watching, Love is Blind and things like that because I feel like the whole mindset aspect of it and the whole, mental health aspect of it is truly fascinating to me. I like kind of, you know, observing people's behaviors and what they see and what they sit or no what they say and what they tell the camera and like discovering like, aha, this is why this person operates this way, this is like why this is happening. I do kind of really enjoy that. So if you want more dating combos and like story times like this, probably not with my current boyfriend, but maybe like with previous, dating and situationships, that could be a fun, you know, that could be a fun few episodes in the future. So just let me know if you'd be interested, and then I would be, I guess, more inclined to make them. And I hope you're doing super well today. I hope you're having a great evening, a great morning, a great afternoon, like whenever you're listening to this. And hopefully this also made you feel not alone in your dating, you know, your dating life. I know as females out there, it can be rough, it can be difficult. I was literally single, just going I was single for 5 years basically, and just having like situationships here and there, never really panning out to be a serious relationship. And yes, I take responsibility for my part in that, but also it's effing hard out there. It can be effing hard. So I just want to acknowledge everybody who's listening to this and acknowledge that the journey is real and you're not alone and we can make it through this together. And yeah, yeah. I feel like I'm just going on tangents, so I'm going to leave you guys now, but besos y abrazos, and I'll chat with you guys soon. Bye for now.